Alright, Slack back with another battle blog. Finally got something worth talking about in the battle world. Dizaster, Math Hoffa getting a fist fight at the Bola event on Saturday night. Let's talk about it. What I'm seeing a lot of is cats saying this is gonna destroy the battle world. This is, this is gonna ruin, battling and all this stuff. And I don't believe that. Here, let me explain why. For a cat like me, an old school cat that's been around this for about almost 20 years, since the 90s and Scribble Jam battles in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? I've seen all types of ups and downs and evolutions of this shit, and this is about the most boring this fucking battle shit has ever been. Real talk. Yeah. I'm becoming jaded by it. I'm not paying attention to it like a motherfucker as much as I used to. I watch battles from people that I know, names I recognize, and that's it. There was a time I watched every battle from every league, all hours of my fucking life watching mediocre battles just because I love it that much. On message boards and y'all all in the shit. And it's been about 2 solid years since I've given a fuck about it at all to follow it like that. So I go to bed Saturday night, aware of the event. Footage will be up in a week or two. I want to see all them battles. It's going to be dope. I'm going to check it out when the footage is up. Wake up Sunday morning and see this fight happen, and I'm clicking fucking links. Oh shit, who said what happened? Now I'm watching the footage, the bootleg footage, and what did Dizaster, going back on Twitter timelines, what did Dizaster say? What did Math say? What's Lush and Organic saying? I'm on message boards and shit. And I haven't done none of that shit in for fucking ever, So this has re-sparked some interest in an old school cat like me that's just getting bored with the entire fucking scene. You know what I mean? And I'd be willing to bet there's a gang of cats out there that don't watch, aren't even aware there are organized battle leagues like this. Might have seen 8 Mile or they're rap fans or whatever, and somebody posts a link to this little fight, and they go, oh shit. Motherfuckers battle like this? I didn't even know they do that. And it gets so heated they have fist fights. Let me check it out. And they go back and watch King of the Dot battles and URL battles and shit. And it's a new head in the scene now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're one of these cats that are looking at the bigger picture and you want battle rap to blow up, and you instead of having it be sponsored by hip hop clothing lines and e-cigs and bong shops and shit like it is now, and you want it to be sponsored by Hertz car rental and McDonald's and Coca-Cola and shit like that, this might hurt that type of scenario, the business end of it. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit makes it harder to book venues. I understand. I get that. I understand that. I know back in the day, in the early days of SOT, Ronnie Harris, one of a few of the earlier events, a couple times, was having trouble securing a venue, and I remember getting at him more than once, I'm pretty sure, saying, fuck it, let's just do it in a park. We don't need a venue. All the battlers have agreed, let's just, old school, hip hop started in the park. Let's go back to that. And he didn't want to have no part of that. He's a businessman, has a business plan. I see his vision. I understand that, and I appreciate that. And when we do these events, in these clubs, and then it's air conditioned, and it's fucking, you got access to a bar, and there's DJ, Navi's in there spinning old school 90s shit, all of that shit's dope as fuck. But I don't need any of that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but I don't need that. What I do need, what's brought me into this fucking culture like this, what speaks to my soul, is one cat versus another cat with bars, Clash of the Titans. That's what I need. If all that, if all the venues and the business end of it and all that shit disappeared tomorrow, there would still be cats that want to out rap each other. You know what I mean? Before the fucking internet, YouTube views, any of that shit, cats were trying to out rap each other. You know what I'm saying? Cool Mo D, Busy Bee type shit. So I understand and I appreciate that. The business end of it, and this is just for me personally, I don't necessarily care about that. You know what I'm saying? I want battle rappers to make money and be compensated for their art, for their craft and all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want to see motherfuckers rap. Now I want to see each other, people clash. So let's talk. Okay, so that's that on that. Let's talk about the fight itself. You got Math, who's known for punching cats. He punched Dose. He punched Serious Jones. He's the bully. Made his bones being the bully. Now he punches Dose, who's a little cat. Math is head and shoulders bigger than Dose. He punches Sirius Jones, and Sirius Jones is a bigger cat, but he's not really a gangster like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a hood dude, but he's more of a jokey, funny type cat. He's not a gangster like 2/3 of the URL is. You know what I'm saying? He don't bank off of being a gangster like most of those dudes. Math battles Daylight, and Daylight goes out of his way to pour water on Math's shoes. Okay, and he doesn't do nothing. Now, if you ask me why he punches the smaller dude and the dude that's not known for being a gangster for almost no reason, but he don't punch Daylight, who gives him more than enough reason, it's because Math don't want that kind of drama. Daylight's off his motherfucking rocker. Face tattoos, he dresses up like a KKK member, like a Klan member, pulls his dick out during battles. Apparently, he's an actual Grape Street Crip. He's got some type of actual affiliation, and Math just don't want that type of shit, that type of drama. Why are you bullying bullyable people, but when an actual gangster bullies you, you don't do shit? That's a little iffy. That's making your whole bully persona a little iffy. So here you have Dizaster in Math's face saying, "I'm going to punch you in the face," and Math says, "Do it." And Diz says, "Don't tempt me, don't dare me, whatever." And Math gets even more adamant, "Do it." So Diz does it. Now, am I applauding Diz for this? Not at all. Diz is 1000% wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm entertained by it. I'm amused. The 20-year-old me loves that fucking shit to death. But this is a rap battle. Don't do that here. For all them business, the booking the venues and the sponsorships, for all them type of professional reasons, don't do that here. Rap about it. If you got a problem with him, put it in rhyme form. If after the battle, if you have to punch this motherfucker, take it up the street, round the corner, away from the situation, and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So he's 100% wrong. But what I am saying is, you have to respect Diz for doing it. He says, "I'm gonna punch you in the face," then he punches him in the face. You know what I mean? There's a if I had a dime for every time somebody said, "I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that," and then didn't do anything, I'd be rich. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's college fund to be paid for right now. So on some, even if you hate Diz's guts, you have to kind of respect the fact that he did it. He said, "I'm gonna punch you," and then he punched him. And you got Math, pulling his card, calling his bluff. As if you're Math, the only reason you would say do it, if somebody's in your face saying, "I'm gonna punch you in your face," the only reason you would say do it is if you're 1000% convinced he ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So Math pulled his card and pulled his bluff card, and Diz went through with it. So overall, this is a black eye. It's a negative thing. I get that. But the silver lining here is there's a buzz that you can't buy with any type of advertisement or sponsorship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cats seeing this. Here's a little example. I'm from Oklahoma, born and raised in Oklahoma. This is football country. When I was about 15, I went to my first hockey game. It was a minor league hockey game. Never watched a second of hockey before that. The only reason I went, to see a fight. Motherfuckers that don't know about hockey know that they fight in hockey. So I went to the game, was entertained a little bit by the game, but they fought a couple times, and I was like, this is a good time. I'm going to come back. Bought some more tickets. A couple weeks later, come back. And now when I come back, now I begin learning the sport and appreciating and understanding the actual sport of it. The fight, what brought me in, what got me hooked, and then I began to appreciate the sport. And to this day, hockey's one of my favorite sports. Behind football and basketball, I'm a fucking hockey fanatic. And had it not been a thing that hockey players fight, I wouldn't have took them free tickets to begin with. I'd have never have entertained the idea of watching a hockey game if they didn't fight. I came for the fights and I stayed for the fucking sport. I think that's going to happen with this a little bit. Some cats are going to see this fight and go, "Oh shit, well, let me check this out," and then see what the battling is and begin to watch some of the old battles and become hooked. And now we got new heads in the scene. So yes, this is a definite black. I think it's a negative thing, but there's a definite silver lining with it that comes along with it. That street buzz, you can't buy that type of promotion. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Comment. Share, like my video, all that shit. Repost. Holla at your boy.